So welcome to Exodus 19, a nation married to Yah, with your host, Richard Massey. I pray that you guys are having a blessed Sabbath. And I pray also that whatever you and your family are going through, that Yah gives you the strength to go through it. Today we're going to be reading through Yirmeyahu 31. Yirmeyahu 31. It's a pretty long chapter, so I'm probably going to be doing a lot of reading and less talking, maybe. But before we do that, we must read 2 Chronicles 7:14. 2 Chronicles 7:14, if my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray, and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sin, and I will heal their land. And from there we go to Matthew 6:33. But seek ye first the reign of Elohim and his righteousness, and all these matters shall be added to you. So like I said, let's go straight into Yirmeyahu, or Jeremiah 31. And let me tell you what this story is about. In this chapter, I believe that Elohim is making a promise to return, of the return of the black community, the negros of the world that are scattered throughout. And I believe that Elohim is not finished with the true children of Shem, and that he had to do this because he warned us and we turned our backs on him anyway. And I believe that because of his love for us, that this chapter will bring great joy for us in the end. Yirmeyahu, or Jeremiah 31, starting at verse 1. And at that time, declares Yahweh, I shall be the Elohim of the clan of Israel, and they shall be my people. 2. Thus says Yahweh, a people escaped from the sword, found favor in the wilderness, Yisrael, when it went to find rest. 3. Yahweh appeared to me from afar, saying, I have loved you with an everlasting love. Therefore I shall draw you with kindness. 4. I am going to build you again, and you shall be rebuilt, O maiden of Israel. Again you shall take up your tambourines and go forth in the dances of those who rejoice. 5. Again you shall plant vines on the mountains of Shemaron. The planter shall plant and treat them as common. 6. For there shall be a day when the watchmen cry on Mount Ephraim, Arise and let us go up to Zion, to Yahweh our Elohim. 7. For thus says Yahweh, sing with gladness for Yaakov, and shout among the chief of the nations. Cry out, give praise, and say, O Yahweh, save your people, the remnant of Israel. 8. See, I am bringing them from the land of the north, and I shall gather them from the ends of the earth. Among them, the blind and the lame, and those with child, and those in labor, together, a great assembly, return and hear. 9. With weeping they shall come, and with their prayers I bring them. I shall make them walk by rivers of water, in a straight way which they do not stumble. For I shall be a father to Israel and Ephraim. He is my firstborn. 10. Hear the word of Yahweh, O Gentiles, and declare it in the isles afar off, and say, He who scattered Israel gathers him, and shall guard him as a shepherd his flock. 11. For Yahweh shall ransom Jacob, and redeem him from the hand of the one stronger than he, 12. And they shall come in and shall sing on the height of Zion and stream to the goodness of Yahweh for grain and for new wine and for oil and for the young of the flock and of the herd. And their being shall be like a well-watered garden and never languish again. 13. Then shall a maiden rejoice in a dance, and young men and old together. I shall return their mourning to joy, and shall comfort them, and shall make them rejoice from their sorrow. Look at all the promises that Yahweh is promising to the children of Israel. Right? 14. And shall fill the being of the priests with fatness, and my people shall be satisfied with my goodness, declares Yahweh. And this is from Matthew 2:18. Thus says Yahweh, a voice was heard in Ramah, wailing, bitter weeping, Rachel weeping for her children, refusing to be comforted for her children, because they are no more. Thus says Yahweh, hold back your voice from weeping, and your eyes from tears, for there is a reward for your work, declares Yahweh, and they shall return from the land of the enemy. 17. And there is expectancy for your latter end, declares Yahweh, and your children shall return to their own country. 18. I have clearly heard Ephraim lamenting, and you have chased. He's lamenting. He said to Yahweh, you have chastened me, and I was chastened like an untrained calf. Turn me back, and I shall turn back, for you are my Yahweh, my enemy. And remember, I always say, Yeshua HaMashiach, his number one job after dying on the cross is turning the hearts of the children back to the Father. He's the Melchizedek of righteousness. And when you come underneath his teaching, you become a Zedek of righteousness, or a governor of righteousness. Your number one job is to turn the hearts of the children back to the Father through truth. You preaching, teaching, and judging truth to the people is to turn the hearts of the children back to the Father. Right? Elijah, Abraham, Isaac, everybody's job was to turn the hearts of the children back to the Father, back to focus on who the Father is, right? 19. This is from 2 Chronicles 7:14, which we read at the top. This is the definition of it. 19. For after my turning back, I repented, and after I was instructed, taught, and judged, I struck myself on the thigh, and I was ashamed, even humiliated, for I bore the reproach of my youth. That's a description or a reflection of 2 Chronicles 7:14. 19. For after my turning back, turning the hearts of the children back to the Father, after my turning back and looking at you, Yah, I repented, and after I was instructed, I struck myself on the thigh, and I was ashamed, even humiliated, for I bore the reproach of my youth. 20. Is Ephraim a precious son to me, a child of delights? For though I spoke against him, I still remember him. That is why my afflictions were deeply moved for him. My affections were deeply moved for him. I have great compassion for him, declares Yahweh. 21. Set up signposts, make landmarks. Set your hearts towards the highway, the way in which you went. Turn back, O maiden of Israel. Turn back to these cities of yours. 22. When will you turn here and there, O backsliding daughter? For Yahweh has created what is new on earth. A woman encompasses a man. 22. Thus says Yahweh of hosts, the Ephraim of Israel. Let them once again say this word in the land of Yehuda and in the cities, when I turn back their captivity. Yahweh blesses you, O home of righteousness, mountain of set apartness. 24. And in Yehuda, in all its cities, farmers and those who journey with flocks shall dwell together. 25. For I shall fill the weary being, and I shall replenish every grieved being. 26. At this I awoke and looked around, and my sleep was sweet to me. 27. Seeing the days are coming, declares Yahweh, that I shall sow the house of Israel and the house of Yehuda with the seed of man and the seed of beast. 28. And it shall be that as I have watched over them to pluck up and to break down and to throw down and to destroy and to afflict. Who said that? Who's doing that to Israel? Elohim. 28. And it shall be that as I have watched over them to pluck up and to break down and to throw down and to destroy and to afflict, he says, so shall I watch over them to build and to plant, says Yahweh. In those days they shall no longer say, the fathers ate our sour grapes and the children's teeth are blunted. But each one shall die for his own crookedness. Whoever eats sour grapes, his teeth shall be blunted. 31. See, the days are coming, declared Yahweh, when I shall make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Yehuda. And I believe that that's when Yeshua HaMashiach comes on the scene, and he's going to teach us and judge us and turn the hearts of the children back to the Father. That's when I believe at this point, the new covenant, he's going to be a better covenant. He's going to take the place of the temple. He's going to take the place of the Levites. He's going to take the place of the animal sacrifice, because now he is our temple. Now he is our priest, our high priest. And now he sacrificed his own blood. The priest had to always, once a year, go in before Elohim and do sacrifices for anything that they did personally. Yeshua was saying, I don't have to do that because I don't have any sin in me. So I don't have to focus on me to remove my sin before I can focus on you. Because I have no sin, I can always focus on you. That's what makes me a better covenant. And then they used the blood of animals. I sacrificed on the cross my own blood. That's what makes me a better covenant. I won't never leave you nor forsake you. I am the temple. I tore down the veil from the top to the bottom, because now you can come boldly to me. That's what it means when he says he's going to make a better covenant. Not that Yeshua is going to come in and do his own thing. Point that out to me where Yeshua in the New Testament, when he came on location, he changed things around and said he's going to do his own thing, to where now you say we're under grace. We're not under grace. We're under the same instruction from his father Elohim. He says, I come in my Father's name. I come to do my Father's will. If you see me, you see the Father. "31. See, the days are coming, declares Yahweh, when I shall make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Yehuda. 32. Not like the covenant I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Mizraim, my covenants which they broke, though I was a husband to them, declares Yahweh." So he says, not like the covenant I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to bring them out of the house of Mizraim, Exodus 19, when he started making their commandments, they all were blood ratified with the blood of bulls and goats. And it was a covenant confirming meal. They had a meal that which was in agreement to make an agreement for what they were supposed to do. He says, I'm not going to do it with the blood of bulls and goats no more. I'm going to give you my son, who's going to make it a better way. They had to do this over and over every year with the blood of bulls and goats. He said, but with my son, you're not going to have to do it no more. You're only going to do it once. That's what 31 and 32 means. He says to bring them out of the land of Mitzrayim, my covenant which they broke. They broke that in Exodus, I think 32 or 34 when they built the golden calf. He said, my covenant which they broke. He said, though I was a husband to them, declares Yahweh. 33. He says, for this covenant I shall make with the house of Israel after those days, declares Yahweh. I shall put my Torah in their inward parts and write it on their hearts, and I shall be their Elohim, and they shall be my people. If we're going to be done with the Torah, why is he going to write it on your heart? 34, and no longer shall they teach each one his neighbor and each one his brother, saying, know Yahweh, for they shall all know me, from the least of them to the greatest of them, declares Yahweh. For I shall forgive their crookedness and remember their sin no more. 35, thus says Yahweh, who gives the sun for a light by day, and the laws of the moon and the stars for a light by night, who stirs up the sea, and its waters roar. Yahweh of hosts is his name. Right? 36. If these laws vanish from before me, declares Yahweh, then the seed of Israel shall also cease from being a nation before me. So if these laws vanish, if they vanish, then Israel will cease to be a nation before me forever. 37, thus says Yahweh, if the heavens above could be measured and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I would also cast off the seed of Israel for all they that have done, declares Yahweh. But it can't be. You can't measure the heavens, and the foundations of the sea can't be searched out. Right? See, the days are coming, declared Yahweh, that the city shall be built for Yahweh, from the tower of Hanel to the corner gate. And the measuring line shall again extend straight ahead to the hill of Gareb. Then it shall turn towards Goha, and all the valley of the dead bodies of the ashes and of the fields as far as the Wadi Kadron, or the Valley Kidron, to the corner of the horse gate towards the east, is to be set apart to Yahweh. It shall not be plucked up or thrown down anymore forever. So I thought that this was a pretty cool chapter that described the promises of Yahweh to Israel, to Yehuda, to come back to the people, to give them a great end, even though I believe that we're going through tremendously now. I don't think it's going to stop. I think it's going to get much worse. It pains me for even saying that, but that's how I feel. And yeah. So this is just a reminder that this podcast is on Spotify. You can find me on Richard's Podcast. And I'm also on Instagram. You can find me on 19_Exodus. And I'm live on YouTube, and you can find me on YouTube at 19Exodus Richard Massey. And I'm also on TikTok, and you can find me on TikTok at Exodus 19. So don't forget to like my page and to share my page where it applies. And don't forget to hit the notification button. And let's give a round of applause to Elohim and Yeshua. Because they're worthy to be praised from the rising of the sun to the going down of the same. And don't forget to subscribe as well. And don't forget, and I want to give a shout out to my man Richard Turner for my background music. Thank you, bro. And next week reading will be Yirmeyahu 32. Yirmeyahu 32. And with that, I say shalom.